It even starts with Elina, the late Natasha's sister, and she's completely in her own delusion. And he tells us that she only has about an hour left. Her mistake was dying, and I felt she was lost, as if she had thrown her eyes into the fire. I didn't know what to do, and I don't understand this metaphor. The important thing is that she is doing tasks, because she was a little bored in Singapore, a little in Thailand, and a little in Malaysia, and these tasks are all under one mission. Her name is Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Did I say her name right, or is it just close? The director of American intelligence, who is also a member of Congress, is being accused by Congress of being responsible for the recent chaos. They are calling for her resignation from her position. Valentina is accused of forming a team of superhumans to work for her, but she dismisses these claims as mere rumors and says she doesn't have time to address them. There is no evidence to support the claim that the last United States president transformed into a giant red monster and attacked people. Surrounding countries are developing their own equipment and teams. We must keep up or we'll fall behind. Don't wait for the Avengers to protect you. Rely on yourselves. Most importantly, if they can't prove anything against you, leave the court and walk away. We don't take favors, we rely on ourselves. If Winter Soldier or Bucky was present in court, it's because he's a member of Congress. Elena goes to Yeliski's house, or Reed Guardian, and if you don't remember, he's the other hero, Abu Kirsch, who is Captain America, but the Russian version. I mean, it was in the Black Widow movie. If you haven't seen him, you'll find him in the scene above, to the right or left, but that's not our topic. The crucial part is that Elena approaches him, sits down, and discusses her relationship with Valentina, and that she wants to resign and do tasks without any purpose. So, of course, Red Guardian tells her, I'm happy that I could work anywhere in the world just to work with you. And you also want to resign, so of course, I'm not happy anymore and I don't even know what the purpose of my life is. So, of course, Red Guardian tells her, fame. And the money, 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 and the money is important. I mean, people will chase you as a hero, and of course, we can't forget about the money, and after that, Red Guardian gives her a little bit of energy with his talk. Yelena accepts Valentina's mission on the condition that she will step into the spotlight, become famous, and be known as a hero instead of working in secret. So, only secret missions, of course. So Valentina agrees, but only after, as we said, she finishes the mission she's been assigned. She claims she will infiltrate a secret remote desert facility in the mountains. Valentina's organization, OX, is being targeted by a facility that plans to send a professional thief to steal from her. The mission is for Valentina to infiltrate the facility and uncover the details of their intended theft. After that, you must eliminate everyone at the facility. While sneaking in to steal the item they want, you find it. At that time, John Walker attacked her. If you don't remember, who is this in the exchange? Captain America, the one who was in the series Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If you haven't seen it, you'll find it up on the right, but that's not our current topic. He gets into a fight with Elena, and after a while, suddenly a masked person comes in and starts fighting John Hawker. Then he gets into a fight with him, and after a bit, another person comes in and starts fighting the person who was fighting John Hawker, and also fighting Elena. And of course, Elena. You don't understand anything. Who's with whom? Guys, focus with me here. I went to the facility and I found John Walker there, and Omar was with her. Then the guy with the scar came to her, and Omar came to John Walker, and we know that she's actually Just. Faddish is a character from the Ant-Man movie. He appears at the end, either on the top right or left of the screen. She began fighting the Scarred Man, with John Walker's help. Everyone in the arena started fighting the Scarred Man. Justa grabbed him and joined the fight. They're all fighting each other. After a lot of hits, Justa manages to kill Masked Hateshot, and the three of them start helping each other with weapons. But none of them really understand what's going on. Irina realizes they all work for Valentina, who wants them to kill each other because they became a threat with the information they have about her. Justa realizes the situation, but John Walker is set on completing his mission to arrest Justa Irina. Irina says to him, Justa, your mother is at dinner and you haven't read yet. She disappears to leave, but as she nears the gate, a loud, annoying sound goes off. It becomes apparent that they are all trapped. At that moment, a person named Bob emerges from hiding and tells them they shouldn't support what's happening. He reveals that his purpose for coming was very manly, but he interrupts them when the room turns red and the temperature rises. So they realize that Valentina gathered them all here, locked the door on them to burn them like garbage, and basically, in 2 minutes, they'll be fried chicken. Jost attempted to open the door, but failed. They discovered something was heating the door and making a sound. After searching, they located the source of the noise and destroyed it. Jost exits through the door shortly after. The team then inquires about the nature of the stuff. She was meant to open the door for us, so we shouldn't have waited. We must see her immediately. Just before they got burned, Jost opened the door, and they all quickly exited the room. Valentina is throwing a party and has invited all the congressmen so she can win their votes, instead of them voting against her and removing her. During the scene, Baki gives his watch to Congressman Mel, who tries to help Valentina. He offers the watch as a bribe to gain her support, but she refuses. After the party, while in her car, Valentina's watch. Mel informs her that the room plan failed and they nearly escaped by lying against her, which is shocking. Valentina laughs, saying they're not superheroes. I mean, they're just a bunch of clowns in human form, and there's really nothing to be afraid of from them. It's impossible for them to reach any agreement among themselves. Mel's watch informs her that despite the pleasant conversation, they did cooperate with each other and are attempting to escape the facility. And at that moment, she shows her the cameras, and Valentina looks at the guy whose name is, and she asks, "Who is this guy, guys?" So Mel, her watch, tells her, "Honestly, I have no idea at all." Valentina is surprised because he's not with any of the groups. She asks, "Who is this guy, guys?" At that moment, she asks Mel to gather information about him and borrows a car from her. Meanwhile, the driver wonders who is with the boss. Reed Guardian knows Valentina's plan and that Elena is in danger. Meanwhile, Mel has lost trust in Valentina. Mel calls Bucky, who tells her to testify against Valentina in court, claiming she is a criminal. At that moment, she says that if he wants to know the truth about Elena, he should hack her phone to find out, implying he doesn't really know her. John Hooker and Juiced ask Bob once more, "What was your true reason for coming here?" So he tells them, "I was happy. I came for a blood test, then fainted. When I woke up, I was here with you guys fighting each other like men, which made John and Hooker happy." Bakunis is furious and wants to throw himself into the fire, but Lena stops him, saying they need to work together and cooperate to escape their current predicament. And while she was saying that, she stood talking to Bob, John, and Hooker. At that moment, they found an opening to get out, and after a while, they managed to successfully leave the facility. But the problem is that Valentina gathered all her strength in front of the facility's door, and they were getting ready at that moment to storm in. Just before they could escape, Valentina arrived at that moment, and she tells them that the plan has changed. Instead of making a deadly raid and killing everyone inside, she orders them at that moment to make a safe raid. Their mission is to capture them, but without killing them. If you ask me why, it's because Bob is a very important person who must get out of that place alive. That's what matters most. After the raid, the forces enter and clash with the team. Following intense shooting, they take down the first group from the raid. Before the second group enters, Kalina faces Bob at that moment. They put on the soldiers' uniforms and leave the place pretending to be wounded. They get into a car with their bodies in bad shape and try to escape from the place. But they are stopped by the soldiers' commander, who tells them that he knows who they are and their identities. They were about to get caught, but Babyum arrived, grabbed a weapon, exited the car, and shot into the air. The soldiers turned toward him and began firing, making it clear it would be a massacre. But on the other hand, the team manages to escape. After the team escapes, we see Bob standing in front of all the soldiers, and nothing happens to him, not even a scratch. Suddenly, he flies up into the sky, and when he rises above the clouds, he faints and falls to the ground. Meanwhile, the team doesn't understand anything at all and just keeps running away. Wild, John Walker reveals that OXOX was experimenting to create an invincible hero, but the volunteers died in the process. Walker was cleaning up after them, but it seems the experiment was a success. Project Karn, also known as Sentry Project, is discovered to be defective. Elina, John, and Juiced are walking in the desert when a limousine appears. The driver approaches, so they hide. They discover it's Reed Guardian coming to help, so they get in the car with him. During that time, Elena feels embarrassed by him due to his mental challenges and strange behavior. As they walk, army vehicles appear, and Valentina's group follows them to attack, resulting in a quick chase. And they were about to catch them. Boki keeps destroying the cars that come after them, one by one, and when he's done, he destroys their car too, along with any car in the way. I'm not really focused, but the important thing is, he keeps taking them out. 10 people testify against Valentina in Congress. Mally warns Valentina that she faces impeachment and potential imprisonment if Congress uncovers her actions, emphasizing the gravity of the situation. Valentina says there's nothing to fear with Bob around. But then she's told that before getting into business, Bob was mentally unstable. And he has a disorder, so giving him such incredible power basically made his disorder worse and worse. And now he's become a danger to us. As for Valentina's character, at that moment she's telling her that she's in control of the situation, but then she gets scared. She informs Bob that he enrolled in a medical experiment meant to enhance humans, but all the participants died from excessive greatness. She reiterates that they all perished due to too much greatness, except for Bob, who can absorb the energy and power given to him. Afterwards, Elena and the team became famous, and that they are the ones who founded the good and kind people, and that she knows everything about him, including addiction and drugs. Until his issues with his father, Bob hid the details from the team. When he learns someone knows, he denies allowing the team to know and then becomes reserved. She gives her his time, so Valentina finds herself in a strong old memory, specifically when the head of the townspeople killed her father in front of her eyes. What matters is when Bob sees the memory. This makes him offer to work with her, while we find out that Valentina's sister is giving Bob something like Captain America's serum to make him even more overpowered. No one can stand against him. With Bucky, he'll have Yelena, John, Ghost, and Alexei testify against Valentina in Congress. Meanwhile, they're warning of a significant danger. Much bigger, actually, just because of the person. The name is the beginning that the Sentry project is based on. But at that point, Bucky doesn't care. He doesn't pay attention to what they're saying. Until Mel calls him and tells him that the Sentry project is actually a real threat. Valentina recruited him to rival Captain America, despite her own instability and recklessness. If she continues this, it will lead to major issues. So Bucky has to come and bring whoever he can to stop this from happening. So Bucky's obviously surprised by the whole Bob Dobbs situation, and he decides to get Elena, John, Juiced, and Alexei to help him with whatever Bob is up to. The team raids the OX or OX Duo headquarters, engaging in combat with the guards. Through the loudspeakers, she asks Ilaha and Valentina why they're causing all the noise and fuss, saying, "Why are you making all this chaos, you kids? How can I tell you to leave the door open for you to come in? I've already explained why I must go." So Saida is now present in Valentina, to provoke them one by one. Saida decided to approach her to introduce her with the pen, but he finds that he can't get close to her at all, as if there is a magnetic field between them. Bob the Knight in the Centauri suit protects Valentina with all his strength after allying with her. Valentina's next move is to make Centauri step down. The team failed. The monster stands before all Americans. So, at that moment, people recognize Centauri as the invincible superhero, and then Valentina can run the world as she pleases, before he says half a word. We see Centauri attacking them and being strong, so he actually looks different in another way, as if just by touching them, they fly away. Centauri is the strongest superhuman in the entire Marvel universe. He might be the most powerful character in all of Marvel. That's literally Centauri's power. His power is essentially like 1,000,000 exploding suns. In the comics, his strength is nearly equivalent to 1,000,000 suns. If Superman derives his power from the sun, this character's strength matches 1,000,000 suns. Good morning, boss. Calum is expected to beat the Thunderbolts, a team that seems to live up to its name by getting crushed easily. The Thunderbolts sometimes just take a few shots and flee before being completely destroyed. Valentina orders Sentry to finish them off, but he refuses, saying he doesn't care about them. Valentina questions if he'll insist on following her rules, and Sentry replies, "Why should I even bother? I mean, why are you even telling me this? God forgive me. You're actually listening to orders from someone like her? You yourself are better than that." She said that even if the Avengers assembled, they couldn't handle what's between them, especially the God of Thunder. You can do it. Valentina started to accept that she's blind and weak when she realized it. She won't be able to control you like she thought she could. Before Sentry betrays her to death, Malou strikes him from behind with a device that knocks him unconscious, allowing Valentina to escape with her. And then Artal orders all the forces to kill all the Thunderbolts. And at that moment, we see Sentry. His body transforms into darkness, eyes glowing. Evidently unwell, he suddenly soars over New York in the clouds. He resembles a black hole, displaying no features except for his terrifying glowing eyes. His incredible power allows him to turn people into shadows, erasing their existence from the world. As he turns, a helicopter pilot crashes into a building. The helicopter starts to fall, endangering the people on the street below. The Thunderbolts unexpectedly become heroes by saving people, contrary to Valentina's plan to tarnish their reputation. The public cheers for them, despite their exhaustion. Sentry stands there effortlessly turning people into darkness, unstoppable. Aina rises and steps into the darkness, her legs transforming into shadow as Sentry's darkness engulfs the entire area, while he continues converting people. At this moment, we see Elena rising in the darkness. She's stuck in a loop of bad memories, unable to escape. When she meets Bob, he's also trapped in a memory, feeling out of control. Due to his experiences with the press, Bob has a split personality and psychological issues. The kind defeated Bob and the void, or the darkness, the one we just saw a little while ago. And the one in control right now is Bob. He can't do anything, or he doesn't want to take control, meaning he's comfortable like this. By the way, the Zavoid or the Void is 1,000,000 times stronger than a regular star. So imagine you have 1,000,000 exploding suns, or even more. Just think about how powerful that is. Multiply them by another 1,000,000. So basically what it means is that Zavoid is stronger than the regular Sentry. So if you can't defeat Sentry, then Zavoid could just come and wipe us all out right now. So basically that's what it means. Saida encourages Bob, telling him he's not a nobody. Bob is convinced by her words. Suddenly Saida goes crazy, and things start attacking them, trying to kill them. It's confusing, but that's what happens. He says, "Let them die. Let's see Saida." Thunderbolts, when they entered, they also brought darkness. Of course, they got defeated. They rescue Aina and Bobo, choosing not to remain in the room. He counts them as part of his painful memories. They reached the room where Bob was searching for and found drugs. At that time, the doctor helped him and offered him the Valentina experiment. Bob and Val assisted, making him feel he could become a person of value from this experience. And where is he? He meets the voices that tell him no one is getting out of here. No, 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 and what's going on? What's happening? They keep tormenting him, cornering him, and then Bob. What's happening between him and his other personality, the struggle? And they start fighting each other while the voices keep telling him that he's alone and that he'll always be alone for the rest of his life. Boba, consumed by anger and darkness, starts beating him up and is about to lose the fight. Yelena quickly frees herself and the team. They sit with Boba, comforting him and assure him he will never be alone. Boba calms down, the void vanishes, and everyone who disappeared reappears, revealing that Boba has returned to his normal self. Toad sits with him, assuring they will walk together from now on, as he doesn't remember the past events. And after that, the team goes to get Valentina from behind, but they find themselves in front of all the television stations just like Valentina. She says the world needs heroes like the Avengers at that time, and that's why. She was secretly developing the Avengers and presents her watch to the Thunderbolts, as if they are the Dark Avengers. The team is happy to be seen as real heroes, which they earned with love, honesty, and dedication. That's what matters. Someone was here, but I don't remember clearly. I was just mentioning that the Fantastic Four are present. Yeah, the Fantastic Four are here, but we don't really know for sure. Anyway, that's it. I'm with you, man.